I'm taking the Orc Avengers online to see how many forts they can beat. These are some of the best forts in the world. Will my Orc Avengers survive, and will we add any more Avengers along the way? First fort my Avengers are going to completely destroy belongs to Logan Star. I spot a lonely orc defending the first point called the Brave. I introduce myself to him. And then straight away I see one of my orcs has been downed by the wall exploding. Come on lad, get up. Oh, it's the Painted. Come on Painted. We were saying in the chat that the Painted is like Thor, but I actually think the Painted's like Thanos. You know, if Thanos joined the Avengers, that's what I think the Painted's like. I then have a wee chat with the Brave. Across the map I can see an orc begging to be dominated. There he is. I'm gonna take him because he's an ice mountain. You know, why would you not? How often do you see an ice mountain? Not very often. There we go, get him into my Pokedex, into my garrison. There you go lad, got an ice mountain. Fast forward to the next point, I'm causing havoc here with my threshing sword, just jumping around like a little mad thing, causing crazy explosions. That point's been taken. Then I go for the sniper shot across the map to grab the ruined. He seems alright, you know, he seems alright, so we're grabbing him, but I'm gonna make him stay and fight with the Avengers. You know, he can be an honorary member. Also, forgot to say lads, this is not the Avengers, this is the Crackhead Avengers. That's what we're going for here. I smash down this next point, Hulk goes absolutely flying. I have to quickly get Thanos up, and I have to get the Punisher up. This is what the Punisher looks like, by the way, a very cool looking orc. We actually get him on stream when I'm using the Avengers. We smash through this point easily, and then we're on to the inner gate, but not before recruiting this orc. It's the Brave, the lone orc from the very start. He was defending the gate all by himself. Let's get him in the team. He almost looks a little bit like Captain America, and the fact that he was defending the fort all by himself reminds me of that clip in Avengers Endgame. Quick stop to heal the Hulk, who's been fighting a Bruise, who then decides to have a little chat with me. I wonder what Bruise is going to say.
I'm not trying to take the fort.
Wait, what's going on? Oh, that's right guys, this video is sponsored by BLOODLINE, Heroes of Lithos. We've got another amazing sponsor here guys, supporting our Shadow of War world, and this game is amazing. In this game you can create your own unique legendary champions by combining different bloodlines, like elves, demons, demigods, and most importantly, orcs. That's right guys, you can bloody splice and mix the different DNAs of orcs here. That means you can get amazing different combinations of your champions using their innovative heirs system to create over 4,000 fantasy hybrids. Because of this system and their amazing, breathtaking visuals, BLOODLINE really takes RPGs to a whole new level. Can you imagine if we mixed Bacchus DNA with a vampire or a demigod? Again guys, with these new hybrids being constantly released into the game, there's just endless possibilities. Imagine if Shadow of War kept getting updates with new types of orcs. That's exactly what this is like here. If you want to check out this game lads and support my channel, download the game for free for Android or iOS, use the link in my description or scan this QR code right here. If you do that, you'll get a special starter pack with a summoning crystal, 100,000 gold, and 100 diamonds. My goodness. Also guys, the first 30 players to put their account ID and their username in the pinned comment below will receive a free legendary female succubus champion. Just look at this. This is one of the best mages in the game. I mean, look at them. So yeah guys, if you want to support my channel, download the game using the link and the QR code. Cheers guys.
Trying to take the food. Would you just keep the bloody food?
Bruise at this point is actually a little bit like Groot, I'd say. You know, he's always saying the same thing. Although you could say that for most of the insane orcs, that they're basically like Groot. Anyway, Bruise gets dominated, and I'm going to recruit him because you can never have too many Bruises. Don't take that clip out of context, that sounds weird. Anyway, Bruise gets recruited. I take the point on the inner gate, and then I see a very unique Olog here called the X-Pounder. He looks very cool. He actually takes part in the pit fight stream. Some of you may remember him. Very cool and unique looking Olog. I also come across this obsessed orc, Skak, before taking this next point. I then have a little word with him, and he is creepy as you'd expect. After that very weird chat, I'm able to recruit the X-Pounder. Is it sad seeing this footage knowing he'll die in the pits? I also give the Obsessed what he wants, and I dominate him and recruit him, which he's obviously very happy about.
Love me! Love me! Love me!
I then smash the front door down like Munchkin, and I'm heading into the throne room to see the Overlord and his bodyguards. Who do we have? Who's it going to be?
Pretender! Pretending! Pretender!
Ooh, it's a very crazy Mog the Gravewalker. Maybe he's a little bit like Groot. Like a sort of bone version of Groot that only says Pretender. Ooh, I like that, I like that. We're gonna have to try and grab this lad right here. I summon in my Grog and my bodyguard. I start shooting up the place. I jump in here to behead this orc, and I see that his 2 bodyguards that I haven't even looked at yet are both crossbow archer orcs who are actually very good and take off basically all my health there. They basically destroy me instantly, and they both have no chance. And they completely destroy me. I was not ready for the archer build. They took me by complete surprise. They destroyed me, and that is an orc overlord that I am not getting today. Moving on to the next fort, we're going after Strifer Japan. And you might bloody recognize his overlord here as the Shadow, who was also in the pit fight tournament. Look at that, very cool orc. He's also got a fixer that I hate, and he's got this very cool, very rare jungle rot orc, who I need to go after right now. Straight into the action. I'm up top. I see this very cool named orc called Wasteful Hunter. He looks crazy. I want him in the army. I want him in the Avengers. I do the old smash down, disrupt them a little bit, and then I'm straight in there having a chat, seeing if he wants to join my cause, join the Avengers.
Welcome to our fort, invaders. Watch helplessly as we caress you with iron, embrace you with fire.
He's not really up for it, so gonna have to fight him, which is a job I'll leave up to the Threshing Sword and the Elven Light. Look at that, smashing right through them. Here come the Avengers, having a little chat here with Hork the Reaper. Looks like he works at CEX. You know, for all the Americans out there who don't know what CEX is, it's basically a shop where you go to buy used games. You know, whenever you trade in your PlayStation, they'll maybe give you a tenner for it. Luga the Crazy there, killing the assassin like an absolute legend. What Avenger is Luga the Crazy, you might ask? Luga the Crazy, I'm gonna say, is actually our Captain America. Just completely crazy. You know, basically Captain America on meth. The Wasteful Hunter tries to waste me. He gets me down, but I'm able to counter it, thankfully. And then he's so distraught he didn't get to kill me. He actually runs away, and I'm able to get in there and recruit him to my cause because he's got a very cool, unique name that I've not really seen before. So yeah, let's recruit this lad right now. At the next point, Captain America is going crazy. He's killed Hork the Reaper, the CEX worker. He's absolutely destroyed him. I'm now actually realizing that Captain America should not be Luga because Luga doesn't have a shield. It has to be a spear and a shield orc, doesn't it? Surely. Anyway, we'll come back to that. Here we have Jungle Rot. We're going to recruit him. Very successful recruiting him for the Avengers. Look at that. Beautiful Jungle Rot. I would say Jungle Rot is basically a little bit like Poison Ivy, even though it's the Avengers and that's DC. But you know, we can expand it. It can be DC as well. It can be a sort of mix of the Avengers and the DC EU. Here we've got a Regal. Honestly, I've got too many Regals, so I'm going to shame him. Get out of my sight, Regal. And oh my word, he's gone crazy and he's saying, shut up, we've created our bloody Joker right there. That's another great video idea, guys. Creating the bloody Batman villains with orcs. I'm absolutely doing that next time. Here we have a brain damaged Hoglick the Jaded. Wouldn't be an online raid if there wasn't a bloody Hoglick the Jaded, am I right? I'm fighting the bloody Fixer here. I hate the Fixer, he kills me all the time. Gonna have a wee chat with him.
In the poison and breathe out your last.
Nothing interesting was said. Let's have a little chat with the brain damaged Hoglick the Jaded.
You so hard, you think you've been trampled by a growl.
Well, never mind. His brain's actually completely fine. He's not brain damaged. He's actually fine. Quite disappointing there. There we go. The Fixer has died to the bloody wall exploding. Look at that. Love that the Fixer would go out in such an uncool way as a wall exploding. Killed by the big juice lad that runs through walls in those American ads. What's that guy called, the big juice guy in American ads? Comment below, guys. Taking the inner gate point now. Hawk's gonna go flying, but he loves it though. Let's see who we have over here. We've got the runner. Don't care about him. Not interesting. Got the butcher. I don't mind him. And oh, Rafe touched. Let's have a little chat here with the butcher.
Slaughter awaits. Are you ready to shake its hand?
He wants me to shake the hand of Slaughter. I don't know if that's possible. Anyway, Threshing Sword. Murk this random grunt orc. Elven Light on the floor. There's loads of their orcs. 2 of my guys are down. Get up, Punisher. I know you're just a human, but get up, lad. Also gotta get Luga up here. Oh, he's up, thank God. I do not want Luga the Crazy to die. Remember, lads, these are online forts. If they die, they are dead for good. There's no way of me getting them back. Anyway, that's not gonna happen. Let's shame this orc here, the runner. I really don't care about him at all. Get him out of my life. I was about to shame this orc and then a Caragor jumps on him and someone just gets me with their little throwing knives. I'm just sitting here waiting for death as my Avengers fight to save me, and luckily they do. Let's get this guy now. I believe his name is Quick Blades. Very cool looking orc. You know, he got me down. He deserves to be recruited.
Your will is my command!
And we're going to finish up this point with the Punisher getting a kill here on the Butcher. The Punisher, an absolute beast. And then, yep, we're going to dominate the Rave Touched here. He killed me in the Bagabug Rebellion series, so he's getting shamed. He goes to ranged. How fitting. That's what you get for killing me, lad. And there we go. The rest of them surrender. Let's get this brain damaged Hoglick. And you know, usually I hate Hoglicks, but because this one has that brain injury, I reckon I'm going to recruit him here. This one deserves it, you know, he's got sort of little unique... Like, imagine if Baga had a brain injury like that. You'd recruit him as well, wouldn't you? Walking into the throne room here like an absolute boss. Let's see what this shadow lad is all about.
My throne room, or as I like to call it, your personal torture chamber.
Soon it will be known only as your grave.
Ooh, that was actually a sick line from Talion there, to be fair. Oh, this shadow guy does look good. Yeah, we're definitely recruiting him. Absolutely recruiting him. Yeah, look at that. He's good. Throwing knives, no chance. Okay. So he's a bit of a quick one. Also, he's got Grom the Champion and Hoglick the Nameless one as his bodyguards. Two very good bodyguards there. Let's get my Grog in. Let's get my bodyguard in here. My crazy bodyguard. I start peppering them here with the Grog, using the ice spray. Gonna throw some ice boulders as well here, just to disperse them a little bit, see if it does some damage. And it actually is doing okay. But sadly, the Grog gets absolutely murked, and I'm just down here with my threshing sword, just gonna chip away, see who I can get. Summon some undead soldiers here. Their Overlord's actually, you know, he's losing health.
Who do you think you are? Taking back meanest Mordor? Bringing about that big eye that's always watching us? I liked Mordor the way it was before you messed it all up.
Not a very interesting conversation from Grom there. Grom, you know, used to be cool. I remember when I first got him, but now, you know, he's old news. Trying to quickly pick up my bodyguard as the three massive lads run over to me. Shadow is trying to use his throwing knives there. If those hit me, I am down, and he's got no chance. So I really have to be careful here. If I mess up at all, I will be dead.
I am the nameless one, the faceless one. You will never know my name, never see my face. I am every follower you abandoned on the battlefield, failed to rescue, deranged. I will deliver cruel justice for every orc who followed you and was betrayed.
You gotta love when you're having an absolutely epic fight and then a random orc just decides to pause in the middle of it and have a speech. But there we go. Shadow was not arrow-proof. I sink a few of them into his head. I dominate him. I recruit him. And he goes on to fight in the pits, which was streamed over on my Twitch. You know, lads, if you like watching these videos, definitely head over to Twitch and see what the crack is all about over there. Successful fort raid. I'm planting my flag down like the Indians have just done on the dark side of the moon. Very cool. Congrats to India. India, if you're watching, congratulations. On to the next fort raid. We're fighting the Undead King's fort. Let's see how my Avengers do here. So I'll be honest, guys, when I was filming this, I actually saw the orcs that were in this fort, and I didn't want any of them. I didn't think they were very good. So I'm actually just waiting here to be killed. And as you can see, me just standing there, my Avengers are so good, they're so powerful, they're so well trained that they defend me. And they don't even kill me. So yeah, that's just me waiting to die. Nothing happens, and then I'm like, alright, might as well go check out what this orc is all about here. And then I remember who I am, I snap back into it, that orc dies, and I'm like, let's take this point, screw it, let's take this entire fort. You know, let's get the painted up, get Thanos up right now. I decide to fly around on this Drake, you know, that will cheer me up. As I'm burning up all these bloody catapults, Crimp the Painted gets destroyed from across the map. I get off my Drake and rejoin the fight because a few of my guys are down. After I get their sorry asses up, I'm back into the fight. And look at that, acting like Batman here. You know, I think my Talion is definitely Batman, just the way he acts.
Time's running out. Soon there'll be no place for you to scurry and hide.
Fast forward to the inside of this fort and I'm fighting this pure-blooded Olog.
fort because you scored a few small victories? You still have a long way to go. But I'm going to shorten it for you significantly.
Usually I don't like the purebloods, but this one actually looks pretty cool. And he's a necromancer, so you know, double points there for being cool. I take the inner point, only one more point to go. 3 of my Avengers are down. You know, they're not the strongest, but they are my Avengers. At the next point, I see a weakened Crimp the Painted, and I decide to get in there and take him, you know. I can never say no to a Painted Orc. And Crimp is actually very good and very strong. And I'm pretty sure there's loads of Crimps in this fort. After taking the final point, I am then confronted by another bloody Crimp. He smells my breath, and I'm actually just able to recruit him right there and then because of it. It weakened him that much, you know. I had my old poison shadow breath, and yeah, I just got to recruit him instantly, guys. It was pretty crazy, actually. I don't know how they did it. Don't know how my character Talion did it, but you know, just shows how much of a legend I am. After recruiting Crimp, I head into the throne room, and I am not happy to see that it's another pureblood in the chair.
It's really quite small. And Mordor is very large. It teems with orcs. So many, I don't know how you could even count them.
One head at a time.
Another sick line from Talion there. The pureblood has to get up out of his bone chair. Love what he's done with the place here. I love the designs. And I'm very shocked to see here that his 2 bodyguards are both Crimps. Crimp the Painted. You know, what's going on here? Was there like a 2-for-1 sale? Why is there so many Crimps and why is there so many purebloods in this fort? That definitely speaks to a bigger problem this game has with these online forts, where all of the really hard forts have the exact same orcs because they're all hacked and they're all glitched. It's fantastic. I'm just doing my thing here, using my threshing sword, taking on the pureblood. I do not like him at all. These Crimps are going mad. Oh, I'm in the middle of the Crimps. Oh, they've smashed me. Oh my god, they've got no chance. They have absolutely destroyed me there. These Crimps. This is what the problem is, lads, when you get loads of the same orc and they're all hacked and they're all just so good with no weaknesses and they've got no chance. Anyway, moving on to the next fort. The Avengers are going after Zacky's game. And there's one orc that I have my eye on, and it's this Deathmonger. Look at that. Look how cool he looks. That is a very sweet Deathmonger right there. I'm going after him, definitely. Also, this Roog the Harrow looks very cool. I'll definitely be looking for him on the battlefield. My Avengers are coming, Zacky's games. Taking a look here at the first point, I can see we've got Lockjaw. Also a very cool, unique orc there. We've got a pit fighter, pretty basic, and there's the Harrow. Let's have a wee chat with him now.
Oh, my crimson delight. Let's make our cut small, so we can continue forever.
He called me his Crimson Delight. I quite like that. The pit fighter gets absolutely destroyed by the Avengers. Look at that, Hulk takes him out. And then I get so carried away that I actually end up just taking out the Harrow here. You know, I don't know if he expected this from his lovely Crimson Delight.
Now show me what you're capable of. Envelop me in your darkness.
Absolutely slaughtered, mate. I know I said I liked you, but you're gone now. Straight after that, I'm dominating another orc that was trying to run away here. It's Mozu the Vile. I actually quite like him. I like that he's called the Vile, you know. We also need more archers in the Avengers, so I'm going to recruit him now. More orcs terrified, running away. Let's get in there, let's dominate them. Oh, it's a machine. It's Boof the Machine. Let's get him in the action, and we're going to make him stay. You know, he can back up the Avengers here as the Machine. He's basically War Machine. Definitely War Machine. Jumping into the third point, there's a few orcs here need dominated. This looks like a Wraith touched. I feel like it definitely is. No, it's not. It's a Manhunter. It's Snafu the Manhunter. Alright, we're going to recruit him, get him into the forces. Let's bolster our attack on this fort. The Avengers are absolutely going to town right now, destroying these lads. Here we've got Lockjaw, dominating him. Let's recruit him. I think he's got a pretty cool, unique name. I've not seen that very often, so definitely getting him into the army. Fast forward to a big fight on the step zones. You can see the Humongous here. He's actually in the pit fight tournament that happened. We're going to recruit him. You know, he's got some very cool blue skin. Not that common. Let's get the humongous. He dies in the pit fight tournament. Spoilers for that. So basically me recruiting him here is basically dooming him to death in the pits. But you know, everyone had a good time watching it, so maybe he can die happy knowing that he made some people smile and lose money in gambling and gain a gambling addiction. So maybe he'll rest easy knowing that. Taking that point, I move on to the final point, and it's just chaos. There's so many orcs in here. The painted is down. Thanos is down. There's so many enemy orcs here. My god, I need to just like try and get the painted up. Oh, I'm being hit everywhere. It's not going well. I need to get the threshing sword out, but they're countering it. 2 of my orcs are now down. This is just absolute chaos in this last point, which it usually is. I'm able to get in here, and I'm going to recruit this poisoned orc because I need all the help I can get here. I need to clear out some of these. The Blight. Moose Glob, the Blight, great name. Let's get him in. You know, I never say no to a poisoned orc, you know. Continuing this superhero narrative, he's definitely a two-face. You know, the poisoned Blight Glob, he's definitely a two-faced. Here we go, we got Grom the champion here. Very good orc. Might as well recruit him. You know, he's got the bald head, the piercings, and the beautiful golden armor. I take the point successfully thanks to the new orcs that I just recruited into the Avengers. After I got my orcs up, I head to the final point where there's already some of the Avengers down. What is going on? These final orcs must be pretty strong. But not strong enough, as the Abused, who is now the new Captain America, just destroys the Bone Crusher. You know, it's basically Captain America if he was just completely and utterly emotionally and physically abused his whole life. But he still has the same like serum in him, so he just becomes this monstrosity.
The agony, the pain. Oh, sorry. I'm not in pain. I'm just describing what the next few minutes will be like for you. Agony! Pain!
Here we have the Orbiter. He was also in the pit fight tournament. Very cool orc. He's got death defying, so he just gets up again, much to my dismay. I quickly take this Tinder that was just running straight towards me. You know, you can't say no to Tinder. Probably the coolest DLC orc. Him and his brother. And with him gone, the rest of the orcs surrender. The Orbiter had just gotten up using Death Defying, but now he's going to be dominated, and we're going to add him into my army. He then dies in the pits, sadly, guys. Another spoiler. I do apologize. I'm going to stop, I swear. I swear. I'm actually only joking, guys. He doesn't die. He doesn't die. You're going to have to watch the pit fight video to find out how the Orbiter does. Maybe he wins. Maybe there's going to be an emoji of him.
You've come a long way just to die at my feet.
Actually, that's not why I'm here.
There he is. It's Crimp the Deathmonger. Ah, look how cool he looks here. Just look at him. He looks badass. Sword and shield. Cool armor. The tower's armor, actually. And then he's got a little bandana, sort of piratey. What a cool mix he is. I quickly summon in my Grog and my bodyguard here. Get them in the fight. Although I'm just realizing it's actually just him, no bodyguards. So this should be a quick one. And it is a quick one. I pretty much immediately destroy him here. Let's recruit him. He's very cool. He could definitely make a fine addition to the Avengers. Look at him here.
Combining efforts is a wise choice.
He runs off. That's another successful mission for the Avengers.